Okay, welcome back. Um, this is the last video I have so far, and I embedded the joint into that with the tube, and I messed up because when I pulled it out, the tube came out with it, and that wasn't supposed to happen. I embedded everything into that piece, and the wax got um, it filled in every crevice, even inside the tube, and I should have known it was going to do that, but I was thinking, well, it didn't fill up when I did it with the other tube, but it did with this one. So what I should have done was I should have used my pliers and inserted the tube by itself rather than using the armature piece. And I was pretty freaked out because I thought I ruined the whole thing. I was thinking I was going to have to do the whole thing all over again, but I was pretty lucky. So now I'm going to try to clean up that wax, melt it out. It'd be really difficult if I try to pull out that piece. I have to melt as much wax out of there as I can. If I tried to, I might have. If I try to pull it out now, I probably jerk, slip, and bang my hand against my desk. So there's some more wax that dripped on my parchment paper. Oh, it keeps on. It was really annoying. The parchment paper kept on shifting around. It wasn't so bad without the camera, but with the camera right in front of me, it was really getting annoying because it moved everything. It just keeps moving everything out of the shot, you know. Okay, now I was able to um, take it out of the tube. Inserting and pulling out a couple times just to loosen it up a bit. And then when the plug goes into the tube, the edge of the tube kind of shaves off the wax, and makes it a little bit easier to pull in and out. It's kind of like I was thinking about this earlier. It kind of reminds me of breaking in a baseball mitt. You pull it, you work kind of wiggle it in. You kind of fit it in, like kind of like a pair of tight shoes. That's kind of what I was thinking about when I was doing this. I don't know, maybe it's a good thing that the wax is inside the tube because um, it locks in that plug, it kind of locks it in a little bit better. I mean, when you have your pieces together, you don't want them to be so loose that they just slip off. You want it to have a little bit of a grab, and the wax inside of there gives a little bit of a grab. So this is going to be, I wanted to do it the other way by using the armature to instead of using my pliers, because when I'm doing it this way, I have to hold the pliers at the around the tube, and I don't want I just didn't want it to um, accidentally make it um, squeeze it and make it too tight. So at that point, when I'm holding it with the pliers, I have to be very careful, hold it lightly, but just enough where it won't slip out. And it's a bit tricky, but uh, I was able to pull it off. And then I just used the whatever dripped out, because it left a hole, like uh, like a gap between the the hole in the wax and the tube. Just wanted to fill up all the way around that tube. Luckily, it doesn't fill up inside when I push it in. That's a risk. I was when I first started doing this, I thought that it's gonna, when I heat it up, it's gonna melt the wax and it's gonna fill up the inside the tube. I guess because of the way I wrapped it around, it prevents it from getting filled up. So you kind of have to make sure it's in there pretty tight. Okay, so I'm gonna heat up that end of the armature piece with my alcohol lamp. That anchor. That's smoking. You can't see, but my pliers are blocking it. But once I stick that piece in there, you can see it bubbling, the wax melting and bubble. It's really hot, so that's why I use my pliers. Do not use your fingers, because that heat is going to travel all the way through that metal. I tried to pull it out because I thought maybe it was a little bit too deep in there, but it didn't budge at all. That anchor is just. And here's a moment of truth. Oh yeah, there it goes. It didn't go all the way in. Maybe because there's a little bit of wax in there, but that's good enough. I was so happy when seeing it work like this. Seeing results. You think you have an idea in your head, and you know that it's gonna work out when you do it, and then just seeing it happen, your idea unfolding like that, seeing it actually work, it's a really gratifying feeling. You can just bend it, pose your armature. It's yeah, it turned out really well. I'm really happy with the way it turned out. And I don't know if I'm going to continue sculpting these arms, but this is pretty much the end of this detachable armature technique. And I hope you enjoyed this series, and I hope you find it useful. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.